spent the year 2005 giving more money away faster than anyone ever has, including nearly $500 million for the grand challenges in which they asked the very best brains in the world how they would solve a huge problem like inventing a vaccine that needs no needles and no refrigeration if they had the money to do it. It seems to me that Bill Gates now devotes more of his time and genius to prudently spending his fortune than to earning it. In turn, Time reports further, Bono, and I quote Time again, charmed and bullied and morally blackmailed the leaders of the world's richest countries into forgiving $40 billion in debt owed by the poorest. Now, these countries can spend the money on health and schools rather than interest payments and have no more excuse for not doing so. Close quotation. The redefinition of generosity by the Gateses and Bono is not about pity, it is more about passion. Pity sees the suffering and wants to ease the pain. Passion sees injustice and wants to settle the score. Pity implores the powerful to pay attention. Passion warns about what will happen if they don't. The risk of pity is that it kills with kindness. The promise of passion is that it builds on the hope that the poor are fully capable of helping themselves if given the chance. Third, not only should the noble examples of great philanthropists be admired, they should be emulated. It is essential to have social responsibility in the systematic dispersal of private wealth. In our country, this norm has been pioneered by the Philippine Business for Social Progress. Member companies of PBSP contribute a fixed percentage of their net incomes to a common fund to pursue humanitarian causes. Along the same line, the big business conglomerates like Ayala, Metrobank, YGC, and those of Henry C., Lucio Tan, John Gokongwei, Emilio Yap, and the other Taipans have formed their own philanthropic foundations to pursue educational, livelihood, and other causes designed to minimize poverty and to help the people help themselves. As I speak, I know that more conglomerates and more members of the WPO are likewise realizing the need to spend their wealth prudently. I dare say to you, ladies and gentlemen of the World Presidents Organization, that the only justification for accumulating enormous wealth is the zeal and the ability to distribute it wisely to the needy and the hungry. Fourth, the world's most important developmental institutions, like the United Nations Development Program, the World Bank, and the Asian Development Bank, have learned over the years that their goals of alleviating poverty and propelling economic growth cannot be attained unless there is, and I quote them, a well-functioning judicial system that enables the state to regulate the economy and empower private individuals to contribute to economic development by confidently engaging in business, investments, and other transactions, unquote. For this reason, the UNDP supports the broadening of the poor's access to justice. And the World Bank wants, and I quote World Bank, an effective and efficient judicial system that protects citizens from the abuses of government and safeguards the rights of the poor, unquote. And the ADB desires, and I quote ADB, to enhance the effectiveness and the accountability of the judiciary, unquote. These four developments, among many others, convinced me that while political liberty